Alright, so y'all know a while back I might have said something about the exhaust falling off the Civic. That's why I haven't been really driving it much. But yeah, the bolts that go to the downpipe came off. So I'm trying to fix it real quick. Alright, so I got the jack stands and the welder. And recently I bought a new welding helmet. It's pretty fire. I got the Civic up on the jack stands in the front, and if you look underneath the hood, you can see the headers, and then the bolts fell out, and then that piece dragged the ground, and that whole entire piece is about to come unbolted from the back side. So the ground's a little wet right now, so I'm probably about to get muddy. Oh God, it's a little cold. Oh yeah, that ground's cold. But here we are. See, if you look, a bolt came out of this piece too. So luckily we only got one holding it on still, which is pretty nice. And I just gotta make, oh fuck, look at that. So yeah, I gotta try to figure out how to fix this hole. All right, so here's the plan. Got the exhaust off. It's a pretty big hole, honestly. The crack goes from here all the way up to here. And I have a new blade and my angle grinder. And I have the old exhaust over here. So I was thinking I could cut like a little piece out somewhere that's like long enough, and just cut it in half and kind of form it to like make a patch and then just weld it on there. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, and hopefully it works. Normally I don't really need it, but this new helmet has a mode called grinder or something, so you can use it when you grind stuff. I mean, also has a mode for cut, so I'm gonna try to put it on and see what it do. I'm using my fingers to measure the exhaust I need to cut, so I'm thinking like all the way down to right here. There we go. Okay, there was definitely the catalytic converter. Bingo. But it says, yeah, look, it says Honda. Hey. So let me do a little test fit. Perfect. Perfecto. Yeah, let me try to bend it so I can wrap it around the tube a little bit more. I wish I would have. Okay, I should be able to use these pliers. Yeah, there we go. Okay. She has a little bend in her now that's a little crooked. But yes, sir. So I should be able to weld this on pretty easily. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I got it bent kind of to shape where it's kind of flush on the sides of the exhaust. But when you push up in the curve, it wants to stick out like that. So I think I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit to maybe about right here and just weld this little piece on here like that and get it fully sealed, and then cut another little piece just to put over this little part right here, just to make sure I get a full seal around this bend here, because I could try to gap weld, but this metal is really thin right here, so the further I push it out, I don't think I can really get a good seal or a good bead going. So I'm thinking just weld it to about right there, because if you look, that's pretty flush. I could probably gap weld that or just fill it in, and then I need to cut another little section out after that. But I think we're going places. Oh, yikes. I suck at this, and I don't like this helmet. Ow, that just fucking blinded me. Okay, so I got the helmet dialed in a little bit, so I got a little bead going. I did pretty good, but I finally figured out how to do it. I had the welder turned up too high. I'm still learning. I think I got it sealed up right there. I think I got all the holes filled in right here. Might need to go over that a little bit better. Can't really tell too all. Yeah, that little spot right there might need to get a little better. And then this side was just disaster. I don't even know what happened here. What? All right, so I'm gonna cut one more piece out of this for the end so I can bend it a little bit, and we'll clean everything up really nice. All right, so I got the piece bent. So if you look, ow, that's hot as hell. It's flush. I can gap weld that. I can gap weld that. And that's kind of flush, so I can gap weld that. And then I'm gonna just patch up every little hole I made, and we should be ready to go. After I gotta go get a new gasket and all that. But after I get the gasket for the piece that bolts onto the headers, I gotta get 3 more bolts, which I'm pretty sure I can just take the bolts out of this one and reuse them. And then we should be able to daily the Civic again. So I think she's ready to go back on the Civic. I just gotta go get this gasket right here and 3 bolts. And I'm finna make a call to the AutoZone to see if they even have these gaskets, because it's for aftermarket. It's an aftermarket exhaust, so I'll have to go see. I just stopped by the AutoZone and they found the gasket that I was looking for, but it wasn't OEM for sure. And they didn't have it in stock, and they couldn't get it until later this week. And the next day I got to work on my car is Saturday, and I ain't trying to go that long. They also had a big piece that you can make like cutout gaskets, and you can cut out your own gaskets for your exhaust. But I had to buy the whole piece, and it was like 20 bucks. So she gave me the part number, and I'm about to go to the O'Reilly's right down the road and hope and pray that they have it in stock. So I'll catch you on a little bit. Okay, so at the O'Reilly Auto Parts, and they didn't have the gasket either, but they said they could order it. So they had this last resort option, Permatex, the gasket maker. It has a picture of headers on there. So I'm guessing it says 750 degrees. I don't know how hot the exhaust flames get, but I mean, I got a tube of this and the bolts that I need to put it back together with. So I'm gonna just slap some of this on there and just bolt that sucker up and send it for another couple thousand miles until it falls off again. And we're going back home. Okay, I got it on there. I caked it on there pretty well. So I'm gonna crawl up under here and try to stick it up onto the headers, and hopefully everything goes well. Actually, I'm gonna stick the bolts to the headers first, so that way all I gotta do is put the nuts on, and then I'll put this on. Something that I should have looked out for is the header bolts or the header manifold has threads, and the bolts thread up from the bottom. I didn't notice that at first. So the bolts that I bought to bolt it onto bolt the downpipe on from the back, like right there, the longer ones, it only came with 3 in a pack, but they slip right through their holes barely. See, if I take it out, and you look in there, you can see the threads. And the bolts that I got especially for these are not the right threads, because I didn't know. I thought it was just nut and bolt configuration. So I guess I'll just have to use these instead. All right, so the spring was being a bitch. So luckily the other bolts that I bought, they perfectly fit. So I'm gonna just use those and tighten the hell out of them. So I still got to, I'm in a bit of a jam here. Tighten that stuff up and see what happens. I got those tightened up pretty well. I took off the spring and then I got these pretty tight, and then we got the little patch job. And let's get a top view. And there you have it. Okay, so I got it on the jack stand still, but the exhaust is all mocked up, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her a start and see what she sounds like. Got it fit. Straight pipe Civic, open header Civic.